Benjamin Šeško became exactly what the Premier League was afraid of.
Going in his game and in his body, and he looks like he's got more power in his sort of performance. His confidence is high.
He is Manchester United's hero. The Slovenian has turned into the specialist for decisive goals. Don't believe me? Take a look at this. His brace rescued a draw against Burnley.
Maybe Bruno Fernandes can do it here. Benjamin Šeško!
Then came the matches where his goals delivered 3 points. First Fulham. Then in the previous round, he stepped up to rescue a point away at West Ham. And on Monday, he appeared again in the closing minutes to win the match against Everton, once more coming off the bench to fix the problem. Last season, goals were painfully hard to find for United. The entire team managed just 44 Premier League goals, a total they have already surpassed this campaign. That improvement followed a major summer rebuild of the attack. Šeško arrived for £73.7 million, the most expensive of the signings, and has already produced 8 goals and 1 assist. Bryan Mbeumo joined for £65 million and is enjoying an incredible season with 10 goals and 3 assists. Matheus Cunha, signed for £62.5 million, has added 6 goals and 2 assists while offering versatility across the front line. But here's the stat that changes everything. The player with the best goal per minute average, not just at Manchester United, but in the entire Premier League, is Benjamin Šeško. Statistically, he is the most lethal weapon in England right now. He averages a goal every 55 minutes this year, 5 goals in just 273 minutes in 2026. That's not volume, that's efficiency. That's a striker who needs only half a chance to flip a match. So yes, Benjamin Šeško became exactly what the Premier League was afraid of. Michael Carrick knows it. And if this trajectory continues, the damage he causes across England is only just beginning. When Manchester United were crying out for a saviour this season, they didn't need to look far.
I really liked Šeško as a striker. When he was in Germany, he was very good, scored some unbelievable goals. This goal last night as well, I mean, Mbeumo done all the hard work. He's gave him a perfect ball, perfect pass, and Šeško's running onto that, and it's a very, very cultured finish, calm finish, and that obviously that means a lot to him because he wants to play.
They may not have old Gunnar Solskjaer sitting on the bench anymore, but they've found a successor in spirit on the pitch. Benjamin Šeško hasn't even started a match under Michael Carrick yet, and still, he has come off the bench to score 3 crucial goals, directly adding 7 extra points to United's total. That is the definition of a game changer. One of those moments perfectly summed up his impact. He was involved twice in a move that featured all 3 major summer signings. Šeško laid the ball off to Matheus Cunha, who sprayed a diagonal pass to release Bryan Mbeumo. Mbeumo drove forward, confronted only by Michael Keane, and squared it across goal. He had sprinted 70 yards to get there, sliding in to finish. It was a ruthless finish, Carrick said. I like the way he put it away with real confidence. That was his 8th goal for United. Before Ruben Amorim was dismissed, he had just 2 in 17 matches. The difference is night and day. And what made that goal even more brutal was the speed. It took Šeško just 8 seconds to cover the distance from outside his own penalty area to the Everton box to complete the move. 8 seconds. That's elite athleticism combined with killer instinct. Benjamin Šeško hit a top speed of 35.3 kilometers per hour against Everton. He started 2 meters behind Tarkowski, and by the end of the sprint, he was 2 meters ahead of him. That's ridiculous pace. And it's not just about getting into the box at full speed. With that kind of burst, he could have arrived off balance, rushed all over the place. But he didn't. He arrived composed, calm, fully in control, set his body perfectly and buried it. Proper striker's finish. Since then, United have been transformed. Under Carrick, they have taken 16 points from a possible 18, charging toward a Champions League place. And Šeško is a central piece of that push. His goals in the wins over Everton and Fulham, plus the equaliser at West Ham, account for 7 priceless points. Those points are the reason United are firmly in 4th and hunting down Aston Villa for 3rd. Now the real question is, how good is Benjamin Šeško? Statistically, as we mentioned before, he is the most lethal centre-forward in the Premier League right now. A goal every 55 minutes. That makes him more efficient than anyone else in the league. Only 5 players have scored 5 or more Premier League goals in 2026. 4 of them sit on 5 goals. Cole Palmer, Benjamin Šeško, João Pedro, and Victor Gyökeres. Igor Thiago has 6, but when you break it down by efficiency, the gap becomes clear. Šeško averages 1.65 goals per 90 minutes in 2026 5 goals in just 273 minutes played. João Pedro has the second best rate among those names, averaging 0.86 goals per 90. That's almost half of Šeško's output. The difference isn't marginal, it's massive. This isn't just a striker getting hot. This is a forward adapting rapidly to the intensity of the Premier League, building confidence with every appearance, and beginning to show exactly why Manchester United invested €77 million to bring him from RB Leipzig. He doesn't need 10 chances, he doesn't need 90 minutes, he needs one moment, and when that moment arrives, he punishes you. No player has scored more non-penalty goals in the Premier League in 2026 than Benjamin Šeško. The 22-year-old has exploded under Michael Carrick, scoring 6 goals in just 7 games since the managerial change at Old Trafford. He has 5 goals in his last 6 Premier League matches, despite starting only one of them. That's impact, that's efficiency, that's fear factor. But what makes this even more interesting is that his evolution is not limited to finishing. There have been clear improvements in his hold-up play, his link-up ability, and his overall involvement in United's attacking structure. Manchester United have a genuine jewel in their squad, not just a good striker, a profile capable of becoming a generational Premier League number 9.
He's the guy with the assist in this situation, but the guy who comes on in Šeško, he's another player who can get you from one end of the pitch to the other. So you see, now we highlight Šeško, we see the run from Brian Mbeumo, brilliant ball from Cunha. The 3 outfield signings, absolutely superb, but he just leaves Tarkowski for dead. The pace is absolutely sensational. To run that far and to finish with that composure is absolutely outstanding. But from an Everton point of view,
Šeško is a versatile and complete forward. His acceleration and agility make him devastating in open space. His aerial dominance, thanks to his height and timing, gives him a huge advantage in duels. And his ability to both score and create goals makes him far more than a traditional poacher. As mentioned, he is particularly strong in the air, winning nearly 50% of his aerial duels. Even though United are not a long ball team preferring quick combinations to break pressure, Šeško becomes a crucial outlet when matches get chaotic. His ability to drift wide also opens central lanes for midfield runners. We've already seen United benefit from this. In the FA Cup defeat to Brighton, Šeško scored a brilliant consolation goal by rising above 3 defenders and finishing with a delicate chipped header past the goalkeeper. Šeško and his headers have been flirting with goals in the Premier League. Against Burnley, with a tiny double movement between 2 centre-backs, he managed to slip in between them, rise alone and power a header towards the top corner, only for an unbelievable save to deny him. And against Fulham, again squeezing between 2 defenders with a subtle double movement, he got himself almost completely free, managed to get the header away and smashed it off the post. What makes both chances special isn't just the contact, it's the micro movements he uses to create that split second of separation before attacking the ball. But he's not just a finisher, he's mobile, intelligent, selfless. Against Chelsea at Old Trafford, he dropped deep near the centre circle to receive a clearance from Bayindir. He won the aerial duel against the centre-back and flicked the ball on to release Brian Mbeumo clean through on Robert Sanchez, a move that led to the Chelsea goalkeeper being sent off. That's striker intelligence. And that same ability to operate between the lines has directly created goals. Against Brighton again, Šeško positioned himself perfectly between the holding midfield line and the defensive line, received the ball with his back to goal, took 2 sharp touches, one to control, one to slide a perfectly weighted pass through to Mbeumo, and the Cameroonian finished brilliantly to seal the win at Old Trafford. The Premier League hasn't even seen his full potential yet. Benjamin Šeško is a right-footed centre-forward with a devastating shot. Even when off balance, even when the ball doesn't sit perfectly, he can generate brutal power. He looks like he prefers to strike with force, but what's frightening is that sometimes he doesn't even seem to swing that hard, and the ball still flies like a missile. His lower body strength allows him to shoot through defenders, through goalkeepers, through moments. At United, we still haven't fully seen his long-range cannon unleashed consistently, but he has it. It's there. He has a rocket in his boot.
And he's got it through for Šeško.
Volleys.
What an impact!
Crossed efforts from impossible angles.
Šeško from...
True thunderbolts from outside the box.
For Leipzig. Šeško!
He can even strike from outrageous distance, just like his iconic goal against Bayern Munich when he let one fly from near midfield. And in the Premier League, something else has developed. His box instinct, his anticipation, his ability to adjust when the ball isn't perfect. If a pass is slightly behind him, if it deflects, if his first touch isn't clean, he adapts instantly. He shifts his body, he flattens the ball, he shoots. His movements are becoming more lethal with every match. Look at his first goal against Burnley. He made a perfect diagonal run between 2 defenders after reading Bruno Fernandes's body shape. Explosive acceleration, timing. He beat both centre-backs and the goalkeeper before finishing like a top-class striker. Or his goal against West Ham anticipating the defender, attacking the ball before it dropped, cushioning the finish without hesitation. Or the winner against Fulham, where he read the movement of both centre-backs, controlled his tempo to arrive unmarked at the penalty spot, took a directional first touch to create a micro-window, and bent the ball into the top corner. That's patience combined with violence. His hunger becomes even more obvious in counter-attacks. He might start the move far from goal, even out of position, but once the ball transitions forward, he attacks space like a predator. Whether it's a sprint into the box or one of his long-range rockets, he commits fully. His double movements are another weapon. When tightly marked, he manipulates defenders constantly. He moves away from the ball first, then darts back toward it, or shows short, then spins in behind. In his second goal against Burnley, he used that exact pattern drop: disengage, explode. When he comes toward the ball as the second movement, he uses his size and physicality to shield and dominate. But if the defender overcommits to following him deep, he immediately spins into open space to receive in motion. He does this centrally. He does it wide. He does it relentlessly. And when he turns, you're already too late. That's why the Premier League hasn't seen everything yet, and that's why what's coming next should worry everyone. Thanks to this talent and his current form, Benjamin Šeško is forcing Michael Carrick into a very difficult decision. His resurgence is obviously a huge positive, but it also creates a real headache, because when a striker scores like this, you can't ignore him, and you can't hide him forever. Carrick's arrival brought a tactical refresh to United. Bryan Mbeumo, with his agility and versatility, fits perfectly into Carrick's fluid attacking vision. The Cameroonian has thrived, and because of that, Šeško has been forced to accept the role of luxury substitute. For now, it works. 5 wins and 1 draw in 6 games gives a manager enormous freedom. When results are flowing, nobody questions the system. Fans are happy. The board is calm. Momentum protects decisions.
Michael Carrick in, yes or no?
Yeah, same thing.
Definitely in.
Yes. 100% in. He's got to come in.
Definitely in.
Yes.
No.
Permanent basis as a head coach? No.
Should Michael Carrick keep the job permanently?
I don't think so.
Michael Carrick, would you give him a contract?
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
Why?
If he gets his top 4 this season, maybe something special happen.
But here's the real dilemma. Can Carrick afford to keep limiting Šeško to late-game cameos? Under the interim boss, Šeško has scored 3 goals in just 98 minutes. That's absurd efficiency. That's the impact United paid for just not from the bench. United did not invest £74 million in a substitute. And in modern football, investments demand returns. There will be pressure from upstairs at Old Trafford to increase his minutes, especially with his current form. When a player this expensive is delivering at this rate, it becomes a business conversation as much as a football one. At the same time, Mbeumo's form cannot be ignored. 3 goals and 2 assists in this run. He has been vital in United's climb up the table. His chemistry within Carrick's structure is real. Dropping him would also carry risk. Carrick now has 2 high-value attacking stars competing for prominence. He must balance Šeško's explosiveness with Mbeumo's consistency, all while handling the expectations of the board and the pressure of a Champions League chase. How he navigates this situation could shape more than just the starting 11. It could influence United's long-term direction.
And Šeško's running onto that, and it's a very, very cultured finish, calm finish, and that obviously that means a lot to him because he wants to play. I think he's close, but the reason why I did say no is because at the moment I think Carrick will look at Ahmad and say he's very important to us. But I mean, the way they keep on playing and the way Šeško keeps on playing, that could change, and I think Ahmad might be the player that comes out because Mbeumo's been fantastic.
Because no player wants to sit on the bench, especially not when they are overflowing with confidence. This is probably the best Šeško has felt since arriving at Old Trafford, and when a striker feels unstoppable, he wants 90 minutes. Again and again. The question isn't whether Šeško is ready, the question is whether Carrick is ready to unleash him fully.